a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the Purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the Purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal. This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the Purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the Purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the Purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Yes. What's going on, man? What's going on? I know a lot of you are scared right now. It's the Purge. Yeah, a lot of people scared. Oh my God. Gerald, I want to interrupt your talk right now to discuss me. I've read your book and I watch all your stuff, but I don't know why I'm losing faith. Well, you could be a little bitch. But I don't know why I'm losing faith. I know why you're losing faith. In my abilities of trading. What's going on? Because you just started, little lady. That's what's going on. Don't come in here with that bullshit. You need to leave. Go buy the book again and start over. Better get your shit together. You're losing faith. Markets go down, man. I don't know if you guys know this. Okay? It has nothing to do with your trading abilities. You're not fucking Nostradamus. Let me let you in on something. Most traders lose money. Most traders lose money. That includes you. You ain't no fucking unicorn. You're not going to roll up in the stock market and be the only guy that doesn't lose money. Get the fuck out of here. So one of the greatest investors in the world makes 21% a year. You're going to beat him. You just started, but you're going to beat Warren Buffett. Yeah, okay. So we suffer from delusions of grandeur. We all think we're unicorns. Well, it must be something. Must be the system. Must be something. Must be something. Oh, but Gerald, what is wrong with my stocks? You better wake the fuck up, man. Get back to reality. Seriously. What the fuck planet you from? Your trading skills. I'm sorry, you've been trading about 7 years. You ain't got no skills, man. You can't have skills till you've been doing it for a while. That hurts, huh? Oh, no. So, yeah, like Ace just said there. Dude, look. You got to understand there's different layers to this market. There's different layers. There's different kinds of stocks. There's different things happening at different times. And they're different. And if you're let's say right now you're just all up in the Apple. So look at this. This is an index, right? If you go look at the underlying stocks that make up this index, you ain't going to see no biotechs, no small ones. You ain't going to see Clove. You're not going to see Romo. You're not going to see any of that shit, right? But what you're going to see is Google, Apple, Microsoft, right? The big ones. Intel, NVIDIA. Like, that's what makes these up, right? And a lot of times, I remember when growth was flying. I mean, flying. And I was having conversations with people, and they're like, well, why would you buy dividend stocks? And I'm like, because you just started trading, dummy. Like, the world is bigger than you. So you got to go back and look at the history. Just because something's working right now, it will change. So whatever stock's going up now will go down. That's how it works. And they go up and they go down and they go up and they go down and they go up and they go down. And so if your stock isn't in this index, it ain't got shit to do with this index. So inside of this index, if it's going up, then most of the stocks inside of this index, the QQQ, are going to go up. And so if you're holding, say, IDEX, it ain't got anything to do with this. It's a different kind of stock, right? So, is Beyond Meat in here? I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. But a lot of the type of stocks that are going to run up 50, 100%, 200%, guess what? They go down big. And so if you want to play in stocks that can double, triple in a couple months, guess what? They can go down big. That's how it works. Look at Bitcoin, come down 50%. But it went up 400%. Make sense? So AT&T is never going to go up 100%. Let's pull up AT&T. It ain't going to do it. It's just going to be like drying paint. Like there's 33, there's 20. I mean that's a big move for AT&T, right? This is where they cut the dividend. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't even have that kind of move. I mean, it's rare for AT&T to move much, man. And so that's a different kind of stock. And so if you're trying to trade, let me stop the whole thing and look at Wish for these guys. All right, guys, let me stop the whole fucking conversation and let's look at Wish. Let's help these guys out. So, no indicators. We want to look at Wish. So I'll stop the whole damn thing so we can look at your stock. Why are you so greedy, man? So what do you see? Why are you so greedy? Let's stop the whole damn conversation and let's look at your stock, okay? Look, tag the RSI. Came off a low RSI, so there's stage 1. Here, we'll stop the whole thing and go for you. There's stage, what is that? That looks like a 3, right? And now we're in a 4. So what are you asking? You're in a stage 4 decline. Now you say, well, when does it stop? I don't know. I have no idea. Neither do you. Nobody does. Not even Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen doesn't even know. Neither does Jerome Powell. Neither does any idiot you follow on Instagram or YouTube. They have no idea. Nobody does. Nobody knows what's going to happen on Monday. Nobody. But here's what we do know. It ain't extreme. So when I look at this, it's going straight down and there's room on the RSI. Because what I know is we typically don't stop dropping until the RSI goes extreme, right? So if we were to back up and look at this stock, right? Let me stop the whole damn class for you guys. Let's look at this stock. There it is on an extreme, right? There it is. So these extreme lows, right, are the bottoms. And this one went a little more sideways, but that's basically the bottom. And then we ran up. So, it's going to be a minute, right? And then the opposite of the extreme RSI is what? So now we're headed down. We ain't even near the bottom. So where's it going? Probably where it was before. So you're looking at about $8. $8. Probably where it'll go. We don't know that for a fact, but price goes. This is one of the fun principles of the money flow, right? So what is the pattern? Now, what if you're trading for life and not like my friend here going, oh, I don't have any faith in my abilities. I just started 4 months ago, but I'm not feeling good. Really? You're not supposed to. You don't know what the hell you're doing. It takes time. It takes time, man. It takes time. If you were going to be a lawyer, it takes a minute. If you were going to be a doctor, it takes a minute. Let me let you in on something. Printing money takes a minute. Like, this is the ability to print money, man. Without any labor, like other than mental labor, sitting on your butt at your computer. But if you're thinking like, so the pattern, all this is, it's just the way price moves. It doesn't tell us where it's going. It's just how it flows. And you see it. And you can have it get into, these long downtrends. It's funny, man. Look at this. Look at this. You can just see the way this thing moves, right? And then you see these tiny little money flow movements, man. They get tiny. There's your bottom. We ran up. Now we're coming down. AMC. Yeah, let's look at AMC, man. We're just going to meme stock the shit out of this. Let's don't look at anything. Let's just look at it. Let's look at it. Oh, we don't even deserve indicators. Taking all the indicators off. Let's look at it. Let's look at AMC. Let me move this up. Shit keeps getting in my way. So if we're just looking at it, what do we see? We kind of see the pattern, right? So if we go over, let's pull it up here, man. Oh, I'm closing that tonight. I'm closing the new course tonight. And that's it. It's over. It's done. Let's see. Right, so if we're looking at the pattern. Now, something people will forget. It always blows my... Fuck AT&T, man. It's going sideways. What do you need to know? It's going sideways, bro. What's to know? Do you think it's worth more? If it's worth more and it's going sideways, you know what to do. If it's going sideways and it's worth more money. So if you're looking at this pattern and price is going sideways, right? What is that? It's a stage 1 base. It's moving sideways. And if you think it's worth more, then that's it's going to move up into a stage 3, right? And sometimes they go down. Sometimes they go down. Sometimes they go down. So, I'm long AT&T right now. I got some call options on it too. Hoping for a pop. We'll see. Maybe not. The call options are cheap. So, worth throwing, worth a shot, I guess. So let's look at AMC. If we're looking at AMC and we were just to draw this out without indicators, what do we see? Sideways, up, sideways. Now what do we see? Down, right? Now, one of my beliefs is that price will come where it's been before. This is the last time. This was previous resistance, which what? Becomes support. So just first glance, if I'm looking at this, my target's $15. Now, what changes that thesis? Because it doesn't have to do that. I just assume it will. Well, we do have a support level right in here. And if you notice, it's not holding that. It's below it. We got a pivot point. I talk about this in the course. This day right here, that's a pivot point. So you could start drawing new support. And let's say it goes down tomorrow. Well, that's a new pivot. Or Monday, let's say it comes down to about here. Well, you draw a new pivot point. One of these pivot points will be the bottom. One of them will be the bottom. The one Gerald was just flipping through, course book. Right? Pivot points. So what are pivot points? There you go. That's an anchor. These are pivots, right? These are the bottoms. They don't always hold. So if this breaks, I assume it's coming down. Look at this RSI. What does that tell you? There's room to go down. It might not. So if you have the money flow, if we think this is a stage one, it could be. It could be. Could be a stage one. We need to see where the trigger is. So let's put the 5-day moving average on there. You really don't even deserve moving averages, to be honest. Let's do a dashed line. Red. Let's update it. Are we above it? 5 days at 38.49. No. I would not buy this. Not yet. So I got long Southern. We've been long UTSL. And you saying, guys, the market's kicking my butt. Yeah, that's why you got to hedge, man. So we got long utilities here as a hedge. As a hedge. We ain't got to short the market. I mean, you can as a hedge. The other option is to buy shit going up. That's an option. So where are we going to run into trouble? Well, price goes where it was before. So we're hitting that first zone. Am I worried about it? No, the RSI isn't extreme. Yeah, don't sell shit, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. So we got long the utilities, if you remember, over here. Why am I getting long utilities? Well, it's working right now, right? So I want to move some money into here. Probably what's going to happen when it gets up into here, I'm going to start selling that to buy what? Wish, Band, all those growth stocks that I've been sitting on that I'm underwater. So I can bring down my price point in Uber and DraftKings, right? So we got to trade other shit besides just DraftKings, Uber, Peloton. Like we got to trade other things, man. So the reason we're buying utilities, they don't move much. I get it. But we need money up here when they start topping out, like over here, remember? When they start topping out, we're going to roll this money into other shit, man. And hopefully, if we get that roll right, you can level up. Now, we get the roll wrong, it can hurt. So let's look at AUY. You know, we've been playing the gold theme, right? Why? Possible hedge, man. If it moves up when the market moves down, damn, it's coming down. Where's gold? Come on, man. Where's gold? So gold's down today. We were moving up. So we can see the pattern, right? The 5-day will start kind of making that pattern for you. Let's see. We had a nice go. We're still good. There's the stage one. We're still playing the stage two. Still playing the stage two. Yeah, they're getting hit. Not much. Not much. Not much. Friday's usually not a very good day for gold, so let's see. Where's Southern Electric? I hope we have some saving grace there. Jeez. It's up a little. So you see what I'm looking at, right, as I watch these. I'm starting to see the pattern form, right? Sometimes the pattern's not as clear as other times. You know, we start to see the top. There's my anchor off the RSI. We start to see it, right? That top holds, you see it. And then what? Rolls over. And then what? Look at that sideways. Now what? We're breaking out, right? So if we put the 20 on here, we'll see. Let's put the 20-day moving average. Not the 50, the 20. And let's do it solid. And let's do it green for money. Look at that. We got a little breakout. Now you see how the 5-day and the 10-day begin to add shape. Where are we at? To this. See the shape? And so if all of our stocks are going, I mean, it's just a stage 4 decline. He says this year's been a weird market. You can't hold for big gains this year or the market will take your profits. That's why you got to use the RSI, homie. You got to trade around these positions. Right? So when you see that green, that's a good indication you should take some off. So let's look at space. I mean, you should be in a half position in space right now. Now, space trades the formula. I mean, this is good, man. I hope this shit comes all the way back to $15. Why? Because it works really well when it does that. So we want this to come back to 15. So if you remember, we got out up in here, down. Well, I got down to half my position. Why? All that green. Look at that green. That tells you get out or downsize. Now, we had a stage 1 over here that started forming, but it didn't. Look what happened. It broke down again, man. Ultimately, to run back up again. So what do we have going on now? Stage 1. Where are we going? Shit, next level's probably, I mean, it's coming way down probably. Space is probably coming down in the 20s. It could go to the 15 range again. That wouldn't be unusual. It's been there before. Eddie says it's been a great market. Yeah, if you're an index fund trader. So when people say the market's a lot of things, man. What about bonds? Is that part of the market? Are bonds part of the market? So bonds have done pretty well so far this year. But we've got an extreme, so we started taking them down, right? Just all part of the flow, man. You know, that's why you want to keep speculative stocks small. Big companies big. You know, if you're going to go big in shit like Uber. It ain't going nowhere. Uber's not going anywhere. I didn't start adding yet. Why? I mean, we're not above the 5-day. This is a downtrend. And so I assume, remember this now, people forget this. Don't get delusional to the upside. So when a stock starts to come down, I assume it's just going to keep going and going and going and going and going until where it stopped before. And so if there is no where it stopped before, I just assume it keeps going until it stops and starts to go sideways and then gets above that 5-day moving average. That's the only thing that could give me reason to believe. And you say, well, what do you mean? So look at this one over here, right? We started down. Where do we think it'll go? Shit, where it went before, but it blew through it. Then where do I think it go? Where it was again before. And then we eventually stopped. And then what? Closed above that 5-day. So that's the day I'm looking to buy. It'll be the same over here. I'm going to buy when I want it to get above it. Or at the, it's got to start going. This is not sideways. If you're still below the 5, you're not going sideways. So if you look at this, every day is down. Now you could buy those, but if you do, I would go really small. Like 1 share. Because you're in a downtrend, man. You're in a downtrend. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd call that support. I feel like it broke support. Like there's broken support. That's why I haven't added. I'm just waiting. He said, I got my money flow shirt yesterday. Thanks for the quick delivery. You are very welcome. It is very soft, right? I had to get some extras so I could work in them. Get them all painty. Yeah, so that's where we are. If you're in dividend stocks, I mean, they're probably doing pretty good right now. All these trading stocks are not doing very well. What do I think of FUBU? Let's stop the class for this guy. All right, sir, we're stopping the class for you. You better go buy my fucking book now that we stopped class for you. Let's see. Now that we stopped class for you. James. The whole class stopped for you, guys. We gotta wait. We gotta take care of James here. So what do we see? There's your stage 1. Tip, one of the most bullish things in trading is when a stage is broken. You saw it break there. And when it came right back into what we call the box, super bullish. See that day? And it was above the 5. That's a buy signal. And then what? There's our stage 2 breakout. And it ran up. What do we do? Well, we're waiting on what? Previous high. At previous high, we got to sell some. Why? That's the rules. Where it was before is where it'll stop again. Oh my God, look what it did. It did it exactly as we talk about in the book. Are you saying that if, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Where it's been before, it'll go again, James. So this is the top, man. Look, peg the RSI, and it has stopped here before. That's where you start downsizing your position. Why? Because you expect it to go sideways and most likely come down. It's got to work this RSI off, man. It can't stay there. Go look. It doesn't stay there, ever. So once you start seeing the big picture and you realize, well, shit, stage 3 is identified as distribution where price stops going up. For every buyer, there's a seller, and price stops going up and it starts to go sideways. And you'll see it. It's not perfect. It starts to kind of jump around a little bit. And then what? It'll break. And when it breaks, where's it going? Where it was before. Which book are you selling? The one you wrote, sir. I'm selling the book you wrote. I'm selling the one you wrote, not the one I wrote. Why would I come on my channel and sell my book? I'd sell your book, right? So I'm selling your book, sir. What's the title? Let's see. So there you go, son. I just showed you what to do. You buy on the break above the 5 in the stage 1. You add to it on the stage 2 breakout, right? Right here, we talk about it. And when it runs up and tags that RSI or previous high, and you say, what do you mean? Meaning, look, that's stage 1. It runs up. Where's previous high? To the left. So you look left. That's your first target. What do? Start downsizing the trade. So this probably is not going to come all the way back to 17, but it very well could. Where I would anticipate it coming back is right in here. That's where it was before. Remember, previous resistance becomes support. So we would kind of expect it to stop, I don't know, right around in here. It tried to break today. It's pulled back. So we'll see into the close. We'll see into the close. We'll see into the close. Dennis says put O-N-E-M. All right. O-N-E-M. Ugh. Yeah. Not yet. That is definitely extreme, though. God, it's a strong downtrend, though. All of these biotechs are in the dumps, man. Let's see. Man, all of these added to more Zillow, huh? I think you might be a little early, sir. Nope, maybe not. I think I talked with you yesterday. Let's talk about some exceptions. You know, I talk about 4 bars to a box. The time I will make exception on this is when I see solid support. Let's back this up just a little bit so we can get a bigger picture here. Has it ever stopped here before? That's the first thing I'm looking at. And yeah, here, here, and here. So we know there's something about this level. Yeah, man, I could dig into this. But you got to nibble on this, man. Don't be the guy trying to back up the truck because it is literally going down. if we look at the RSI, that tells me there's more room, man. It could keep going down. It's really not extreme. And, we've had this big downtrend in these kind of stocks. Some point this is going to break and stop and it'll turn up. So what else am I looking for as I look at this? Well, let's add that on the chart. This is kind of what the new course is about, man. We're going to start with a blank chart and we're going to walk through these indicators. Some of you got these things checked and your charts look all stupid. Like, so when you send them to me, I'm like, why does this guy have this shit checked? That's stupid. Like, why do you got that checked? Why do you got this over here checked? So I'm going to try to show you, it's just my way. You might not like my way. So put the MACD histogram on here. The histogram, not regular one. The histogram. And then come over here. What am I using this for? All this is a momentum identification. If you notice on normal MACDs, you're going to have those lines that cross, right? Kind of like these lines. And you got the 12, the 9, and the 26. And the MACD stands for moving average convergence divergence. And normally you'll see lines. I don't like the lines on there after after a long time. I keep them on my chart just not to confuse people because I talk about it in the book. But where the lines cross is what's happening here. When price crosses the zero line, see zero? That's when you get a MACD cross. What I'm more concerned with isn't that cross, is I want price to stop and I want this histogram to tick the other way. Look what happened here when it stopped. The histogram ticked the other way. All that's telling me is momentum is turning. So if I look up and the RSI is not extreme, but we're getting a pullback, and I believe this stock is worth more money and my target's right here, I'm really not that concerned. So I'm not looking at this to like mess up my trading. I'm looking at it to kind of help me, and it's not that it's predictive and that it's just to kind of help me add a little discipline as to when I'm buying. So if we came over here, you're going to see this box form, and none of these things are perfect, man. We don't know where it's going. We really don't. There is no way to know. Anybody teaching you that they know where it's going, they are full of shit. Period. All those guys on YouTube that think they know where it's going, bullshit. Complete bullshit. They do not know. You think they know something Warren Buffett doesn't know? You think they know something John Paulson doesn't know? You think they know something that Goldman Sachs doesn't know? The only reason Goldman Sachs and them get high returns is they front run people, man. You take a guy from Goldman and set him at his house with no help from Goldman, and he's got to look at a fucking computer and trade on his own with an account by himself, without insider information, without contacts, without order flow, without being able to front run people. He ain't making as much money, I promise you. Otherwise, he'd quit the job and go do that. He'd quit. Why would he go to work every day? Why the fuck would you put on a suit and drive into the city if you could just do it from your computer? Nobody would, man. So you get what I'm saying? Like, none of these things are perfect. What helps us is, one, having conviction in the stock and realizing it might go. So this box, when it formed, what was I looking for? This. I need this slope, man. Once this slope started, it told me, hey, this is a viable stage one. Now, it didn't. There's a breakout. And then what happened? It came back down. Now, if you want to trade with hard stops, you can. I don't do that anymore. It's just, I mean, to me, it's just mental masturbation. I'm going to be honest. It really is. And you're just taking and if you can handle taking the losses, just chop. If you can handle that and you're cool with that, then good. But don't cry about taking losses if you're using stops, man. The whole point of the stop is to take a loss. So sometimes I'll have people complain about that, and I'm like, well, you set the fucking stop order. If you set a stop order, that is an order to execute when it hits the price. What did you think would happen? So if you go in with the plan of, hey, if this breaks support, I want to sell some. Well, don't cry when it breaks support. That's the whole damn point. You plan the trade. You bought it. You put in a target. You put in a stop. It hit it. Congratulations. Your trade worked. Oh, you wanted it to go up, though. See, if you place a stop there, which is fine. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, if you do, when it's executed, don't go, oh, it didn't work. Yeah, it did. It hit your order. It worked. You got one there, and you got one there. We don't know which one's going to get hit. So you place your stop, right? Now, let me give you a better way of doing hard stops. Place a hard stop on half of it. Place a hard stop on half of it. And that way, if it goes down, you ride down half, and then you can put the other half back down when it comes down. I mean, if you want to use stops, that to me, that's a much better way. Trade good stocks, put a stop on half, and then if it comes right back in, you're good. You're still in it, and you can get back in. But don't cry if the stop's hit. You're the one that put the damn order in. If you didn't want it to get hit, don't put it in. I said that to the guy the other day, and he's like, I don't understand. You put in the order, man. What did you think would happen? And he's like, well, should I get back in? All right, hold on a second. You just got stopped out today. Now you want to get back in today? Why the fuck did you have a stop if you're going to get back in today? It don't make any sense. So what is that? That's a confused mind, man. That is a confused mind. Like he's not sure. Like he's putting in a stop because somebody told him to put in a stop. All that stop loss stuff came. Listen. Very few outside of the world of day traders, professional traders, use stops. That is a retail phenomenon. Retail people are obsessed with this shit. The reason it was such a big deal, and it's not as much anymore, but when I first started learning to trade, that was all we talked about. Stop losses, stop losses, stop losses. You got to have a stop loss. Okay? But guess what? Every time I had a stop loss hit, I had to pay $9. Oh, okay, I get it now. So in 2019, I spent $7,000 in trade commissions. And I don't even use stop losses. That's just moving in and out. Who do you think pushed the concept of stop losses? Brokers. It's all retail traders, man. If you're day trading, of course you're going to have levels, but that's different. Like you're watching your levels at breaks. Think on that, man. Am I adding to crypto at the moment? Yeah, I've been adding to the Bitcoin. I ain't been talking about it much because everybody's all sad. Bitcoin's in a stage 1 still. It's starting to spread. Hopefully this holds. We got downside momentum. Ain't no rush here, man. Ain't no rush here. What happened to the time when Gerald wanted to be friends and trade together? Oh, Michael, I don't know what you're talking about. This is how I talk to my friends, sir. My goal is to keep my friends from being stupid. I haven't bought much ADA right now. I haven't bought any crypto other than a little Bitcoin in like a week. Let's see, where's ADA? Yeah, ADA's in a nice consolidation pattern there. I don't know, man. I'd be a little, let's wait. I think there's a lot of manipulation. They're trying to pull it down a little bit. So I don't think there's any rush unless you're just trying to build your position over time, I don't think there's any rush here, man. It's below the 5-day. And we might call this support. I don't know. I wouldn't be any big rush. I would not be in any big rush. All right, he said, let's stop the whole damn thing and let's pull up JMIA. JMIA. Yep, stage 4 decline, sir. This is a kangaroo tail. You got to ignore that. So you're sitting right at support right now. Or could be. I don't know, man. This is going straight down. RSI is not extreme yet. I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't add to it. Not yet. You got plenty of time here, man. Don't add to that. I don't know what Tip Ranks has on that. Let's see. What does Tip Ranks have on that? And here's the thing. These guys went to like Wharton Business School. They don't even know where stocks are going. Let's see. JMIA. Come on, bro. The average analyst has a this guy has, look at this. Morgan Stanley has a 32 target with a hold rating. That don't even make sense. That's 40% upside, but they say hold it. I don't know what you're looking at here, sir. The average analyst says it's worth $23. It's at $23. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say on this one. Are you sure? Is Apple overbought? All right, now we're going to let's just talk. Is that a real question, sir? Chris Johnson in the house. What's up, Chris? What's up? My man says, is Apple overbought? Come on, man. What are we thinking? We think Apple's overbought? It's about as overbought as you can get. Look at that. It's screaming. Now, the RSI doesn't mean it's got to come down. That's not what it means. It just means that it's probably overbought. Why is my shit not working here? Right? So, yeah. I would assume if I was trading this, I would assume that's the stage 3, just like over here, which has had a beautiful money flow pattern. Moving sideways. There's your breakout. Coming down. And look where it came. Where it was before, right? There's the pattern, man. Came right where it was before. Stopped. Come on. And then what? We move sideways, and now we've run up. So, yeah, I mean, if it's a buy and hold, maybe you do nothing. Just chill. But I wouldn't be adding to it here. That's crazy town. I would wait for it to pull back, and I promise you it's coming back. Right? I mean, that's where we would wait. So if I'm looking to add to this as a buy and hold, it's got to come back, man. And if I'm trading this, I got to take some off. That's just portfolio management. Price has memory. That is exactly it. Let's see. NVIDIA. Man, that thing has been a beast, and I'm not in it. I don't know why I'm not. That's one of those ones you look at and you're like, why the hell am I not in this stock, man? So, the run-up, we've got a bifurcated market, right? Big fancy word, just meaning it's a dual market. We got the index stocks that make up the Qs, the big ones, the Googles. I haven't even looked at Google. I got to assume Google's run up too. Let's see. Not really. I mean, yeah. It's just so tiny. So Google's run up. I just assume Amazon's run up. Let's look. Yep. So, these index stocks, they're holding up. They're holding up what appears to be the market. But then if we get down in the weeds and we start looking at biotechs, right? We start looking at EV trade, the cars. We start looking at battery. All these small cap momentum stocks have been just smashed. So we got two different markets going on. And if you remember, if we pull up bonds, part of the reason the sell-off started a while back was bonds were getting smashed. Well, shit, now bonds have been going up, and they're still getting smashed. So anything speculative, money's come out. But in my opinion, if you're patient and you have time and you're willing to just dribble, keep these buys small. Just dribble, man. Take your time. And you can bring down those cost bases on, if you're sitting there holding, like Airbnb is a new one that I got into. Let's see. And look, shit, we're breaking. We're breaking now. So down we go. I'm not adding today. I fully expect it's going to come down in, we're almost in that level now, huh? Oh man, we know CRDF is getting smashed. Yeah, dude, these just keep going down. Now, I don't have the 200 on there. Let's throw the 200 on there. We've been adding these one at a time, man, one at a time. So do this exercise in this new little mini course I got going. This is what we're doing. Just one at a time. I'm taking you through adding them, how it can add a little value to what you're doing. Look at that. Oof. Way below, man. Ugly. My man says thought on Beyond Meat. Man, that ain't even a ticker symbol. What's wrong with you, man? Wells Fargo. Yeah, banking stocks are breaking out, right? XLF. We can go look at that. You see them. So, or they were. They're trying. Gerald, when a new company like, did. How are we pronouncing that now? Didi? Are we calling it Didi? Or what are we calling it, man? Didi? I don't even know what to call it. Gets listed. How long do you wait for the chart to develop? Well, I personally, if you really, 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 really like the stock, go to a 1 hour chart. But that's really aggressive, man. I usually like to wait for them to come up. So what is this? So look, if you were trading this is a 1 hour chart. So if we go to the daily, and I don't like to go in these low time frames. I'm not a day trader, right? I used to, but I don't do it. So there's nothing to do with the money flow here. There's nothing to see, right? The stock's only been trading 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 days, 15 days. But let's say you're obsessed with this company. You love it. You have to get a piece of it. Go down to the 1 hour, and you're going to see at a certain point, everything for the money flow shows up, right? And so now what? We do what you do. Buy the stage ones. If the goal is to position trade it, if you think it's worth $17, why sell it off? Why not add to it? That's what I'm thinking. Why sell it off? If you're swing trading it, put your stops and all that good stuff. So it just depends when you take a position, what's your plan? A stock like Uber, I love it. Take it down. I'm gonna buy the next stage one. I mean, I just have full conviction it's going higher. But a stock like this, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Let's see. NEE missed if you charted it. KO looks glorious. Or the Coke, yeah, Coke. Come on, look at Coke, man. What's going on here? Oh, get it off the 1 hour. Let's see. Yeah, but look at Coke now. Now we're pushing up into this 70 RSI, right? So, man, be careful with those. I hate IPOs, I'm going to be honest. They take a lot of money from people. I like the airline stocks here. Let's see. I like the airline. We're long utilities. Let's check Southern Electric. Yeah, moving higher. UTSL, I think, is the only trade we got working right now. Look at that glorious thing right there. UTSL and Southern Electric. So, these are some of my favorite stocks to go to rather than trying to short the market or get fancy. A lot of times when the market sells off, if you remember our last big sell-off, utilities tend to run. So I'd rather push a bunch of money into like Southern Electric or UTSL and as a hedge. I don't plan on holding this forever. But when this gets back up into this 31, 32 range and we've made, three or 4 points. So we've made on 100 shares, you've made $300 or $400. We were buying over here at 28. If we get up into this 30, that's 5 points on 100, right? So depending on the size you're trading, 1,000 shares, you made a few grand while the market sells off. And hopefully we can start taking this down to pick up some of these growth stocks that are beat up. DraftKings, some of these biotechs. I don't know what to say about the biotechs, man. We've lost all momentum to those things. Yeah, I like BNGO too, but it's just there's no momentum for them. I mean, they're going to go down, so I'm missing no rush to pick them up, man. Let's just give it time, dude. I don't want to sell any because, they can turn and rip fast, man. And then you won't have any damn money in them. And then you'll have a problem. The only thing about ED, though, the analysts do not like ED. I like ED. I own a bunch of it. But look at what Tip Ranks has on it. It is low, dude. They got a 76 on it. But that don't matter. Shit, these can turn into growth stocks. And we got 67 on Southern. So, maybe that goes out the window if the market gets scared. Market doesn't give a fuck. It's just going to run them up. Thoughts on Romo? Really, man? What do you think is going on with Romo? Ramon. I always think of that ED commercial on TV when I think of RMO. Let's see. RMO. Sorry. Be honest though, RMO don't look that bad. Look, we're holding this support zone, man. What do they got on it? I'm in this. My position is really tiny though, dude. $15. These are some horrible analysts though. Look, 1 star, 1 star. Now it could be, to be fair, these ranking systems are based, these guys probably only pick these type of stocks. So if their sector goes into a straight downturn, it ain't their fault, but their ratings are just going to drop because these are the type of stocks they're giving ratings on. And if they're all going down, their ratings go down. It's just the way it works. Keep that in mind a little bit. Thoughts on Yellen saying more? Yeah, I think everybody knows inflation is a legit thing, right? Let's see. So, I got a buddy that works on Wall Street. We had a little conversation. I like DraftKings. He likes Penn. So, same sector, right? DraftKings, what do they have? 66, 47% upside. What do we got on Penn? About the same. So they're both basically same, right? Basically the same, man. Yeah, Moderna ran up. I bet it comes back down. My man says mRNA. mRNA. What do we got going on? Woo! Moderna, yeah. I think I'd be trimming that, man. That's been a hell of a stock, though, right? But again, large cap stock, right? The only things working right now are these big caps, man. Where's Pfizer? You know, that's kind of working. Where's Merck? You know, it's up there. Where's Bristol Myers? Yeah, it's up there. I mean, the only thing working are these big caps. Where's Pepsi? Oh, look. Pepsi tagged the RSI and turned around. Look at that. Kissed it and turned. I apologize to everyone I picked on at the beginning. I had to get it out of my system. Iron Mountain. Man, that one took off. We started buying that, and that thing just ripped. Look at this. I was buying that in the buy and hold. This is a dividend stock. And look, it just ripped. It's like, fuck. I didn't get enough in it. It's now a stage 2. You could start buying some more of this right now if you wanted to. Is Roku finally coming down? Yeah, I'm back down to half position in the old Roku. Let's see. I use Roku. I like that. But look where Roku's stopping, man. Where's our previous high? You know, remember resistance becomes support. Right? Previous resistance can become support, which appears to be happening. So, you know, this is a quality stock here, man. They don't want this to come down. If it came down, I'm going to say, you know, we come into here, and then maybe into here. Depending on how you want to draw these into here. Really, what's most important about these lines is it's giving you order and structure to what you're trying to do. So, a lot of different strategies and techniques can work for you just because you follow them, right? I mean, it's just because you follow them. It takes randomness out of your decision making. And if the more you remove randomness, like I just randomly buy a stock, if you do that and you win, you have no way of repeating it, right? Because you just randomly bought some shit. Now you don't know how to do it again. If you begin to add some order and structure it could be I buy on a full moon. I mean, I don't know. But I'm just saying, what it does is it brings some sort of order and structure to what you're doing. And so you begin to look for the same setup, the same pattern, same type of, you know. That's really what I think is going on a lot of times. I had a question off topic, Gerald. Do I need a vaccine? All right, let's stop the class. Let's stop the class and talk about vaccines. Yeah, I think if you're going to be a position trader, you should give a vaccine. If you're a swing trader, I don't think you need a vaccine. Now, if you're a day trader, you probably should get both vaccines. Like, get them both. Get double dipped. Get double dipped. That's what I would do. And if you're out there playing with the ladies, man, you better wear some protection. I know that. Let's wrap it up. That's my advice to you, sir. Get double dip, wrap it up. We definitely have a cell signal though going on Roku, so we got to be conscious of that. But let's, every day we want to draw that line and see if it holds, see if it starts going sideways. That was too much, right? That was too much. I'm sorry, ladies. That was too much. Let's see. Man, you done messed up my train of thought now. Let me look at my trade log here. You done got me messed up. Here, let's pull up a new one. That was an odd off topic, man. I'm going to be honest. Never trust a car salesman that says that all the time. Let me be honest with you. Have I not updated? Damn. I updated it on my end, but I didn't update it on the website. I'm sorry about that. Shit. Fucking up, man. Hold on, let me see if I updated it. Okay, shit, I did on my end. I apologize, I never loaded it. Slipping, man, getting old. So, sorry, let's look at mine then. Let's look at mine. That's why you didn't know I got into SO, huh? Yeah, so on the 14th, SO, I closed. The only reason I closed Tesla is just the Bitcoin exposure. I already got a bunch of Bitcoin, man. So I'm just taking it down. Sold half a Peloton, half a Zoom. Trimmed some Nokia, added to GNC. There you go. Let's talk about AGNC. That's a good buy and hold. It's coming down. AGNC. Now notice where it's stopping. Notice where it's stopping. Right at that previous resistance point. So, oh yeah, PSFE is good. Don't worry about that. PSFE. I like this stock, man. We're banging this low. I don't think I mean, you could add here. If you did, I'd keep it small. I like, I want to wait up for the setup. It's not really set. Maybe. If we decide this whole thing is a stage one, if we're going that big, I don't know, man. I think I might wait here. How do you like Wish? Yeah, we went over Wish earlier. I'd give it a minute. Now, BX has been my greatest stock trade ever. And I ain't done shit to it in 2 years. Look at this thing. You know how I bought this? Grant Cardone. Watching Grant Cardone on YouTube, and he goes, one day, I'm going to sell all my houses to Blackstone. I'm like, Blackstone, what's that? And I go research it. And this is how the money flow works. It takes you down. The universe guides you. This shit is all around you, man. Opportunity is everywhere. I'm watching YouTube, and the guy says Blackstone. I go look it up. They're a publicly traded hedge fund. They trade on the stock market. And that was like in 2017. So let's go back to a weekly. Oh, let's take that back. So Grant Cardone made me a lot of money, man. Yeah, it was back here at like $25. And it's gone from $25 to $103 basically straight up, man. And that dude gave me, and here's the funny thing, he hates stocks. He's always shitting on stocks. He's like, don't buy stocks. And his stock pick went to 103. I just find that funny. But it lets you know, man, you can get this stuff from anywhere, man. It can come from anywhere. Sorry, guys, they cut me off. That's why I like YouTube. They don't cut you off. So my point to that is your ideas and your concepts and things, they can come from anywhere, man. It could be some weird dude on Instagram. It could be some weird dude on YouTube. It could be anywhere. Just keep your eyes open. We had a great trade in H&R Block, which I should have stayed in, which is breaking out now, way back over in here. Let's take it back. We got to take it back to see it. And that was just me. I was actually a little intoxicated in the car. And we pull up, and I look up, and the sign said H&R Block, and I thought, I bet COVID's affecting people's taxes. That's the thought that popped in my head. So I go pull the chart up, and this is what I see. I see it went sideways up and sideways, and it was right here. And it was like right there. So the next day I go read on it, and TipRanks had like a $21 target. So I do a little more reading, and I wait for this box to form. Start buying shares, and we buy some call options. Set the target, rode it up to about up in here, got out. Point is, that just came to me. Like I'm just in the car. And this pattern, as you observe the pattern, can appear. You know, you could be at a gas station, look at the ticker. You're at the store, look at the ticker. And then go look at the chart. And when you see the pattern, you know, you're wanting to buy these ones, right? And all of these are stage ones. You can see it just kept going, man. So, something to be said about keeping them too, right? Let's see where we at. REITs, stocks, all that. If it ain't real estate, he don't like it. Who, me? I like REITs. Oh, you're talking about Grant Cardone. Yeah, man. Well, Cardone's selling his own book, right? I mean, you got to remember that. Me too, right? I'm selling my book. Like, everybody's selling their point of view, so. And he's made a lot of money without stocks, so. I think he got burned pretty bad in a stock deal with some guys that he was invested with, is from my understanding. So. Get done. All right, man, we'll wrap it up. I got to finish up this stuff. And if you got to get to work. You guys be good. Don't get too bummed out about these. You know, you hate to do any selling here. You know, if you do, a little tip for you. If you ever get freaked out about one, just sell half. You never go wrong on that. Sell half and wait. And if it comes back, you can put it back on. Keeps going down. You made a good move, right? So when in doubt, sell half. If you're going to use hard stops, I would implement that half process, that half rule. That helps you. And that way you don't blow out. And that way if you're wrong and you were just panicking and it heads back up, you know, at least you're still in it, right? Wedding trades, Gerald. Wedding trades. I don't know what that means. Unless you mean winning trades. Wedding trades. All right, man. You guys be good.